Bonjour Taurus and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Today I'm going to be doing your mid-month tarot reading for the month of September. So I hope you are all doing well and that you've had a good month so far. I apologize for not having posted regularly over the past couple of weeks. I have moved away from the United States and back to the UK, which as you can imagine is a very big move and time consuming. But I should be back to my normal schedule from now on. So thank you for still being here with me. So as always, please remember those are general readings. They will not resonate with everybody, so take what resonates and just drop the rest. Now what do we have for my Taurus querents, please? What do we need to hear? So we begin with the Four of Wands. It is crossed by the Two of Wands. Below you we have the Queen of Swords. Let me move it slightly higher up. Above you we have the Knight of Swords. Behind you we have the Eight of Swords. Ahead of you, beautiful Major Arcana Star. That's lovely energy. The advice is the Five of Cups. Environment, wow, you have the Nine of Coins. The King of Swords. Okay, so we have a couple here. Is in your hopes and fears. And finally we have the Ten of Wands. Okay, let me put away my deck. Alright, so in the middle of your cross you have the Four of Wands and it is crossed by the Two of Wands. So we do have three cards which are Wands energy, and we have three cards, court cards specifically, the Knight, the Queen and the King, which are Swords energy, which is very interesting because you have progression here. So Wands is fire element, so this is passion, desire, your spirit, what drives you. Now the Four represents strong foundation and stability, and the Four of Wands talks about having experienced some kind of growth and having something to celebrate. So whether this is to do with a job situation or a relationship, there was something to celebrate here. There's something that's like a landmark in the progress of the situation, and it is crossed by the Two of Wands. So the two represent, generally speaking, duality, but also decisions. The Two of Wands talks about being at a crossroad, so you've experienced something to celebrate, some growth, whether it's emotional in a relationship or within your career or your business, and now you're looking at the future and you're wondering which way to go, you know, which path is going to give you the most positive and exciting journey. Because I can see that in the past you have this Eight of Swords energy. Now 8 in the tarot represents advancement or lack of, and the Swords energy represents the mental realm. So this is the knowledge you gain, your thoughts, your ideas, truth, communication. The Eight of Swords talks about having erected a prison of the mind. It's not being able to see a way out of something, and the only person who can get you out of this is yourself. And this is not an easy energy, so I can see that in the past you've had something has really drained you energetically because it's been on your mind a lot and you were kind of stuck, not knowing really which way to go. But you got out of this, and now you're looking at your options, you know, which way to go. And very much on your mind you've got the Knight of Swords. Now this could be a person in your environment, or this could be you. So obviously there's no genders attached here, this is a general reading. So this is somebody who embodies the characteristic of this court card, and the Knights represents action forward. They represent taking action yourself, things moving. In the mental realm of the swords, this is air energy, it's very swift, very fast. The Knight of Swords is the fastest of them all. This is somebody who has all of the resources, all of the data, all of the knowledge in order to move forward. And he or she is very keen to do so. And this is either someone who comes with an offer towards you and you're contemplating it because you're at a crossroad and you're thinking, okay, do I continue the way I was going, or do I go towards this Knight of Swords offer? Or this is you wanting to, know which way to go. This is your desire to take action, to move, instead of waiting, because you've been fed up of this Eight of Swords energy, which is very stifling. And I'm really getting this heaviness from the card in this reading today. So whether this is you or whether this is somebody coming your way with an offer, this is very much on your mind. And below you, which is your subconscious mind, which is your higher self, you have the Queen of Swords. Now the Queen, instead of taking action, represent patience and understanding. And the Queen of Swords is somebody who's obviously very knowledgeable, again, no genders attached. This is someone who's very fair, very loyal, and who's going to look at a situation from a factual point of view. This is not someone who's going to be swayed by her feelings or by what other people are going to say. And this is your subconscious mind saying, hey, you need to look at this from a factual point of view. Do not do anything rash, just look at this. And if you need to cut something, then you may do so, because the Queen of Swords also represents cutting what no longer serves you. And this energy, the Eight of Swords, may have been here because there was a need to cut something off. Now for some of you, and that's not all of you, this Four of Wands may represent a marriage, like a long-term committed relationship that's you're wondering what to do with. Okay, but that's just for some of you. That's not everybody. But this Queen of Swords, as I said, will make a decision based on factual based on the factual point of view, and she will cut, or he will cut, what no longer serves him or her. But notice, please, that I'm sorry, I'm making a big point out of this because I'm getting it so strongly from the card that in your conscious mind you're raring to go, or you're very much thinking about this offer. But your subconscious mind, your higher self, is saying, hey, look at this, think about it, patience, try and see all of the aspects of this situation. Because in the near future, you've got the Star. Now this is beautiful, because you're going to know what to do. The Star, major arcana, it's a big energy on your life path. And to me as a tarot reader, the major arcana represents the direct intervention of your spirit team, guiding you towards the right path, or providing you with opportunities to grow emotionally, spiritually, physically, whatever the case may be. And the Star is this beautiful energy of hope, of being guided by your spirit team. This is saying that things are going to look up in the future and you will know what to do, you will know which way to go, because you are guided towards this outcome by your spirit team. So have faith is the message I'm hearing. And in the advice, you've got the Five of Cups. Now, 5 represents changes or challenges if we fight the change. If we go with the flow, then it becomes just a change. And the Cups is water energy. It represents your emotions, your feelings, your intuition. And the 5 of Cups talks about an emotional change. And it can be challenging, so it can represent, sadness, regret, disappointment. And this is the advice of going past this, being aware that this is how you feel, but it's not going to last. It's something that you need to overcome. And you can't stay in this Eight of Swords energy, 5 of Cups, there's the worry, there's, the sadness, the regret, the disappointment, whatever this 5 of Cups is. This is saying, okay, you need to overcome this. And I know it's easier said than done, but you are guided, okay? There is hope, and things are going to get better. Because in your environment, right next to the Star, you have the beautiful 9 of Coins. Now, 9 represents, generally speaking, achievement in tarot. And coins is earth energy. This is your energy, the physical realm. This is home life, buildings, relationships, financial assets, your career, your job, education if you're not employed. The nine of coins represents a very strong independent energy. This is having worked hard to overcome something, and in this case here there's some sadness and regret or disappointment, and having successfully overcome it, and having gained that quiet confidence that comes with it, that you know you can deal with anything that comes your way, because you are safe and secure in your physical realm, whether you have the financial assets that you need, or whether you have a career, a job that provides for you, you don't need anyone else, you know you have enough and you can even give some. It could also be being grounded and stable in your allocation of time and how you deal with people. But this is a very, very beautiful energy that's available to you. It's in your environment. You just need to believe and, know that your spirit team are guiding you towards something that's going to be much better for you. And in your hopes and fears, you've got the King of Swords. So this is the final court card in the Swords energy. Now the King represents expertise and knowledge, mastery of their suit. The King of Swords, and again no gender attached, is somebody who's very intelligent, someone who sees things for what they are, very, very experienced in making decisions and being fair. This is someone who's not indecisive. This is someone who knows their mind. And sometimes these people are seen as being a bit aloof or cold, and that's not the case. This is just somebody who's very cerebral and who analyzes things, and generally speaking, very accurately. So if this is you hoping you're going to get that clarity, because the King of Swords sees very clearly, has all the facts, all the knowledge in order to make an informed decision. And I really am feeling the energy that this is what you hope to be. Because obviously of this Eight of Swords energy, which had you in a state of doubting yourself, your capacity, and not being able to find a way out. And, if the Knight of Swords is you wanting to take action, I can see how you would hope to, go from the Knight of Swords to the King of Swords, because that's a huge progression. It's having the ultimate clarity, which I understand you seek. And you will, as I said, the stars is such a positive energy, because at the end of this you have the Ten of Wands. The Tens is completion, end of a cycle. So you go from the 2 and the 4 of Wands in the beginning of your reading to the 10, which is the end of it. The 10 of Wands represents dropping your burden. This is a card that talks about feeling exhausted, burned out, maybe having gotten some cuts and bruises through the journey, but being able to successfully drop your wands. This is an aspect that people always forget about the card, or at least often forget. The 10 of Wands is successful energy, because you've not dropped any wands. You have successfully carried your 10 wands, no matter how heavy they were, and now you're releasing it, which is that relief, knowing that it's done now. You're going to be able to move forward. It's, releasing this emotional challenge that you've got here, overcoming it and dropping whatever has been bugging you and dragging you down. So I see this as a very positive reading and very empowering, and you having what you need in order to move forward. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the journey for the cards with me. If you did, or if you found this message helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I always appreciate it. I wish you a wonderful next 2 weeks, and I'll see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.